Welcome back, guys. It's Notron96 back again. Sorry it's been so long since I recorded. I've just had a lot going on. But I figured I'd try to squeeze a video in here before New Year's Eve. Had a little bit of a break. So you'll see I've played a couple of times since I last recorded. Over 2 hours of actual play. I did do a lot, but not at the same time. But last time I was here, I started making this here. I just had a basic skeleton down at the bottom, and I brought it all the way out, finished it off, and I built a storage system that'll automatically output onto a belt. I moved my research up here, and I've since researched, where are they? This one, and that one, and that one. And I needed this for these fast transport belts, because when I first made this, it was sort of a problem I was expecting. You'll see that the ore here isn't making it all the way to the end, and before I had these red belts, it wasn't even making it halfway, I don't think. I didn't actually count out. But I replaced this belt here for the iron, and I started to replace these here, but I haven't, I didn't have enough to finish it off when I was doing that. So you'll see they're crafting up. There's a lot of them. And these belts here are not cheap. They're almost 12 iron plates a piece. Okay, it's not like the old transport belts where it was 3 for 2. So they're, what, 8 times more expensive? Something like that. But now with this large smeltery array and my new and improved mining setup, I can definitely afford it with all this iron. I've got 3, 4, 5, 6 iron chests full to the brim with iron plates, so I think I can afford it for at least a little while. I can't go too hog wild with them yet. I'm not quite to that point. I did the same thing with copper, and if you add it up, I've got almost 2 full chests of copper, but you'll see, it's much smaller, half the size. I've only got half as much copper ore going in, which makes sense, scaling it down for, yeah. But you'll see here, this is my new iron mine, and it's very, very loud. Those mines are extremely loud. Just like the radars, which I'm trying to stay away from. But you'll see that I have some side loading here and stuff, and then I load balance this. I haven't replaced this with the next level of splitters yet. You'll see those are even more expensive. If you look down at the total raw cost, they are extremely expensive here, these next level, and the last level is just obscene in comparison, but by the time you get to that point, the materials are disposable. It's almost like using toilet paper to make the stuff. It's a joke. So I think I'm going to start by finishing these off, and then I'll go show off the rest of the things I've done. I don't think I'm going to do this with my copper mine, because I don't need anywhere near as much copper, at least for the time being. When I start getting electronic circuits going, then I will need much, much more. I've still got some of these left, but I am going to continue using these first ones as my go-to belt for now, just because these are so expensive. And I think I'm going to, when these finish, I'm going to craft up. I need 1, 2, 3 of these, I believe. Yeah, sounds about right. And I picked up some iron ore along the way here. Oh, I also need to make those. Yeah, that's right. Here's my first splitter. And the reason I did that is because the yellow splitters will move at the same pace as the yellow belts, and the red splitters will move at the same pace as the red belts, which you probably figured out, but if you leave the yellow one in there, it sort of negates some of the effect that the red belt has. So to make sure the iron is getting as far down as it can, and to make sure it's working at its max capacity or efficiency, or whatever you want to call it, I've got to make sure those splitters are there. So I'm going to throw these up here and throw those up here as well. Oh, and I need to put these guys back in. I took them out earlier for reasons and stuff, and yeah. But right now I only have the red potions automated because the green ones require inserters, and inserters require 3 different ingredients, and these assembly machines here, the assembly machine ones, can only handle up to 2 different ingredients, if I can talk, which is why I wanted to get this automation too, because these assembling machines here can handle up to 4 ingredients if you look at their description right below electronic circuits. So I need those before I can even try to automate green circuits, and this is going to be a temporary setup. So yeah, because once I get the red potions and the green potions set up better, I'm going to set up a few more labs, thinking probably 5. 5 will probably be more than enough, but I will be doing that. I need to hold on to these so that I can get the rest of these in here. And last video I mentioned that I only knew about 2 load balancers. I actually know about 3 now. I don't know if I've shown you one of them, but this is the one I've learned about most recently. And this allows you to turn 90 degrees with the splitter while balancing the belt at the same time, which is a really nice thing to be able to do. So it's just the one side. The side you want to turn to is the same side the splitter is going to stick out. So I'm turning right, so the splitter sticks out to the right side of the belt. And then you have your output belt right here, and the belt that you had as input goes straight for 2 and then curves around. So yeah, and that'll balance the belt. But because I've got so much going down these 2 lines here, I've actually double load balanced them. I load balanced it here as well, which is why I needed the 3rd splitter, and that's just to make sure that the belt is as balanced as possible, so when it gets up to the spot where it splits and goes to either side of the smelting array, it's as evenly balanced as it possibly can be. And then here's my copper mine here. And here's some more side loading and stuff. You'll see. And I also threw in a bunch of lights around my base so that you guys could see easier, because I know, especially when it's nighttime, obviously, it gets hard to see a lot of the stuff. And you may have noticed, before I only had 5 of these boilers. Now I've got 14. And I've got 10 steam engines, and yes, there's a reason for the weird numbers 14 and 10. Why not make it just 15? The people have spent the time and figured out the optimal ratio, the number of water pumps to boilers to steam engines you need to get maximum efficiency out of your system. And they found out that for every 1 offshore pump, you use 14 boilers and 10 steam engines, and you will get max performance out of them with the minimum amount of resources. So it's extremely efficient if you use this setup. And I'm not positive, it makes sense, I'm not positive though. I've heard if you use any pipes in between any of the steam engines or boilers or anything like that, that it throws it out of whack. I don't know how much. I don't know if it's even worth, if it's any tangible amount that would make a difference or anything. Because I haven't actually, I don't know how to figure that stuff out in this game. But people have figured out that kind of stuff for us. It's right on Wikipedia. It's easy to find. Just Google Factorio power output ratios or something like that. I think I did, or something stupid like that, and it popped right up, no problem. So there's that. I think I'm going to throw some of this copper up here because I do not need this much copper, to make sure it's as evenly distributed as possible. I'm going to put it in this corner chest here so that it'll spread out and make its way so it's not balanced abnormally because OCD. And I think I'm going to pick up some more iron while I'm over here. Got 400 of each. Contemplating whether or not I want to set up steel as well. Does that allow me to steel pickaxe? I may just do a little bit so that I can get some armor here. I don't even need armor, so I'm not going to be attacked. So I'm not even going to bother with that, actually, the armor there, actually. But I'm probably gonna, I'll probably make a few of these. I need to take 5 each, that's 25. I think I'll smelt up probably a stack of iron so that I can get a few of these. And I'll call it good. I've got an extra furnace, cool. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm just gonna grab an extra stack of iron here. And then I'll run down here where I've got the main coal belt. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this. If you hold down F, you pick up stuff on the ground. That was probably way more, yeah, that was way too much coal. Oh well. I can just throw it back in the chest by the coal mine. And I'm going to set that down. I'm going to throw a stack of coal and a stack of iron, and that should give me 20. Yeah, 20 steel plates, because for every 5 iron plates you get 1 steel. Yeah, so that should give me 20 when it's done. I need to go throw this coal back in the chest back there. And I gotta think what I want to do this episode. I should have done that earlier. poor planning on my part. Again with my OCD here. I don't need to automate stone anytime soon because I won't need much of that. I don't need really a whole lot of copper, so that should be fine. I think I've got those set up all good. I think really all I need to do now, I may want to, those are really the only things I can do without the green. I can do bullets, but I'm not going to really use those because the shotgun is OP as balls. Oh, those are blue. Oh, yeah. These here are stupid expensive, and these are the only ones you can make in hand. You can't make the express splitters or the express belts in hand. You have to use a blue or a yellow assembly machine because it requires lubricant, and you can't handle liquids when it comes to crafting stuff. Really at all. You can't hold any liquids unless it's an oil barrel, and that's because it's in a container. And oil's the only thing you can put in a container, which is sort of annoying, but hey. Yeah. I don't know what I want to do. I guess really all I can do right now is set up some green potions, which is going to be annoying as crap. You need iron plates and iron gears. Okay. I hate having to walk this slow. So, how do I want to set this up? I'm going to get the splitter out here. Oh, wait. You know what? I'm just going to take you guys down. It was only up for a few minutes. It was short-lived, but it served its purpose. It got me a few pieces of research that I needed. And so, amateur time. And walking around while holding the F key, it can be sort of annoying. I guess that's the one nice thing about walking slower. Why'd I do that? I didn't want to do that. Oh well. It is easier actually to walk around while holding F if you're walking slow. I want to put this splitter back. Oh, I zoomed in really close there. I want to take that belt out. And that is how you make the 90-degree load balancer. That's what I wanted to do originally, but I just split it off and it would have thrown it off and whatever. So there's that. Actually, do I even want to do that? I don't think I do, actually. I think I'm gonna go like so. Why is that only on one? Oh, because I don't have a load balancer on this. That would be why. This one I am going to do the 90-degree turn load balancer on, though, because of where it is. It's so far back in comparison to the iron. But what I want to do is I want to move these both over so that they're running right down the middle. You've each got their own belt. That was one of the mistakes I made with my old base. Is I only gave iron and copper half a belt, and it just couldn't keep up. And I didn't feel like redesigning my copper and iron output, so I just dealt with it, and then I got robots and everything was good then. So robots are amazing. So I'm going to throw some of this extra iron that I picked up back in there. Okay. I need to put that in my obsolete chest. I'm not going to keep those on my hotbar for right now. I need to throw those back in. No, I don't have a chest for those yet. Huh. Gotta throw these back in their chest. Pop. Oh, no, not what I wanted. I want to throw that down there. And what I'm going to do is, you may not notice it now, but as I get more and more going through this system, these corners here will actually cause the compression of the belts, which is how much per square there is on the belt, to go down, and the way to fix that is to put the next level of belt on the corners. What I wanted there. So that should help keep my iron and copper belts, which are going to be crucial because I'm going to need a lot of them, especially iron. For right now, at least copper will play a larger role a little bit later here. Not too much longer, but it'll take a little while for it to have much importance. But it is going. We're going to need a lot of that, and doing the little trick with the corners there should help significantly. So, got 6 of these. I can make these guys. Think I'm gonna make 2 of you. Make a couple more of you guys. So I really only need the blue ones for the insurgers. I guess I could just pick this one up. Oh, I gotta go check on my steel. I think it should be done. That I can get some steel pickaxes. Yes. Okay. Oh, it only took 8. Wow. I can make 4 of you, and I can throw you down in my obsolete chest, which I should probably move. I should probably bring that up here. I might as well. Let me check my time here. Oh gosh, it's been almost a full episode and I haven't gotten jack done. I'm sorry, guys. I completely lost track of time. I may just make this a long episode and treat you guys for the New Year's. Unless you don't like the longer episodes, then just let me know. I know some people just don't like the long episodes; they get bored. So I want to come up here. I don't want it to be too close to my main base, but I don't want it to be that big a trek. So I think I'm just going to stick my obsolete chest like here-ish. I'm going to throw my burner drills and my iron pick and you, and I think that's it for now. We'll be adding quite a bit more to that later, but yeah, for right now, that's good. So now, how do I want to set this up? Because I'm so close to my half-hour mark, which is when I like to stop, I think I'm just gonna pause my recording here, and I'll set up my automated red and green potions just like I did last episode, but with just red. And I'll be back when I'm done, so I'll see you in a while. Probably quite a long while, but yeah. Bye. Okay guys, I'm back. It's probably been about an hour since I stopped recording, but I figured I'd give you a check-in on my progress here. May look like I have done a lot, but it's really not as much as you think. I've really only automated the production of 1, 2, 3, 4 things. And I decided to go with similar concept to what Z-Stove, if I can talk, is doing in his Let's Play, with like with a main bus, is what he calls it. I don't know if I'm going to go as far with it as he did. He's got I want to say 30 or 40 different belts with individual things on his bus, but I don't think I'm going to go that far. And he also doesn't have any restrictions on how much is produced. He just fills the belt up as much as it'll go. And I'm gonna set limits on mine once I have the resources and the ability to do so. Right now, I technically could do it to some degree, but I don't want to spend the resources quite yet. And although it may look like I've got a lot of production, I've got quite a few chests here full of iron plates, but I'm really not producing much of anything super fast. I've got about 450 to 500 iron and about 230 copper, which is really not that much, especially in later game. In comparison, you're easily up over 2,000 mid game, and end game you're over 4,000. Is ideal per minute, that is. But like I said, I figured I'd just give you a quick check-in. There's a lot of belt manipulation with underground belts and splitters and such that I've been using here, which I didn't really do it at all in my first series. Excuse me, sorry about that. But this design, this here, is just copper cables. I used a splitter here to run it down, and then I brought, I'm putting 3 plates in for every one, which I don't really need, but doesn't matter. I did it, so deal with it. Because it's a 1-for-1 ratio is what I mean. I don't need them, but I did do it. So then I did the turning load balancer here and put it straight into a underground belt, so that I could split my copper off and send it down this belt, so that I could again make copper cables, but not to put onto the belt, but to put directly into another assembling machine that will be making my electric circuits. And people have figured out the ratio here that 3 of these, of 3 assembling machines making copper cables is exactly enough to keep up 2 assembling machines that are making electronic circuits. So I just have that going. I've got 2 inputs and 2 outputs for each one of these copper cable machines, and I only use normal inserters because I don't feel like waiting for the fast inserters. When I have fast inserters automated, I'm probably going to come through and update this stuff. And then the other thing these electronic circuits need is iron plates. But then I also need room to output the electronic circuits. And I don't really have room to do the iron plate or the electronic circuit input or output on this side because I need to have them, almost touching these for there to be an efficient transfer. So people, well, this particular design here is virtually identical to the one in Zisto's Let's Play. But what they did is with the inserters, they can actually place and pick up from underground belts, even though it doesn't look like you should be able to because they're covered up. You can do it. And as you can see, I've had it running, so it works. So there's that. You basically just have to you have to pop the belt up above ground for just these 2 blocks so that your inserter can pick it up, and then because you can't have 2 belts occupying the same space going in the same direction, like I could have a belt running this way where the underground belt is and it wouldn't interfere, but I can't have a different belt in between these gaps. You need to have this middle belt here as output. And you use long-handed inserters for that, which are faster than normal inserters, but they're not as fast as fast inserters. They're like a middle ground, but they have the 2-block reach, so that's more of a balancing thing. Because they can reach farther, they knock down how fast it moves. And I have 6 of these modular setups for the electronic circuits. And I have them feeding through here, and then I also have this here right after, just like I did with the copper cables right after it. I split it right at the beginning. I split off iron right at the beginning to make iron gears, and I probably will eventually end up adding on to these here. But I've got that going, and I've got that on this belt right here. And then I'm side loading both copper plates and iron gears onto this belt so that my red potions can be automated. And I've got them in here, and I've got this chest limited. I don't remember if I've shown this to you. If you click on this X, I believe I have. If you click on this X in any storage system, it'll start highlighting the squares red when you drag your mouse around, and that'll limit the amount of slots your machines can manipulate. So since these science packs stack at 200, this is actually this here, which is, I believe, no, I did have it on this. I believe if you do the math, that's 2,000, which is more than enough, because I believe the most expensive one is, or most expensive research requires 2,200 or 2,400, and by the time you get to that 2,000 mark where your stockpile has been used up, you've produced enough to make up for it, and there's only a couple of them that require that much. So 2,000 is overkill when it comes to these potions. So that's what I have that set to, in anticipation for later on. I want to build up quite a bit here. So there's that. If I'm what I want to do before I finish here, I'm running. I'm about 35 to 40. Yeah, I'm. This is probably going to be a longer episode, guys. Sorry if you don't like that, but that's how it's going to end up being, because I'm determined to get both these red and green science packs automated by the end of the episode. But again, now I'm going on a tangent. But to automate these guys, I'm going to have to automate transport belts and inserters. Transport belts are going to be pretty easy. I've already got iron gears and iron plates. It's not going to be a problem. But then I've got to do inserters here, which is iron gears, iron plates, and electronic circuits. And that's going to be a little bit harder. But then once I get those automated, once I get those two automated, I'll be able to automate these. And I will, probably not this episode, but I will also automate fast inserters as well then, so that I can make that my go-to inserter, and I can go through and update all of this stuff here so that it's going faster. So yeah, I just wanted to check in with you guys. I'm about halfway to my goal of automating, I think. Probably a little more than halfway, but I will be back in a little while longer to give you the finished product, probably. So, see you in a few. Hey guys, back one last time. This is the finished product. I've got my copper cable production, my iron gear production, electric circuit production, red potion production, inserters, right there, transport belts, and greens, potions, science packs, whatever you want to call it. And I am actually really impressed with myself for how compact I was actually able to get this. I was not expecting to be able to do this. And just how nice and neat and compact it is. It's just nice. And yeah, the only thing that I don't really like is this. I think it looks ugly with this little thing sticking out and stuff. Actually, I may just do that. So it looks funny. But anyways, so that's that. I'll go through and show you, how I set some of this stuff up. Like I started to do, I've got a 90-degree turning, whatever, load balancer going straight to a splitter so that I can get these gears side-loaded for the red potions. I used a lot of underground belts to allow space for these splitters where I branched resources off and such. You can see here that I used a splitter for the iron to get it off to the left side, but then I split it a second time so that I could get it down both sides of this for the electric circuits. Oh, that was quick. I literally started that seconds before I started up my recording. So that's nice. I think I'm going to go with that. I'm going to want to get that soon as well, because that stuff is nice. That'll probably be next. So that inserter stack size basically means, currently all my inserters can only move one item at a time, no matter what, period. When this is done, you'll see it says inserters can now pick up one more item when moving from container to container. So if there is multiple of a given item that it's grabbing from, so like if it's assembly machine and there's say 5 different things in the output slot of the assembly machine, when it goes to grab from the assembly machine, once this finishes, they'll be able to pick up 2 items instead of 1, and that goes up to 4. And it increases by 1, increases by 1, increases by 1, so you end up being able to transfer 5 things each time, which is very, very helpful and handy and stuff. And then here I didn't have room to balance my circuits over here, so I brought them to the far side of my bus and balanced them there. And then I put them right back underground, and then had to split them off so that I could get them over here. And you'll see that I did this similar thing that I did here, but it's not because of the whole inputs and outputs and whatever like it was over here. It's just because I didn't have space for my power poles. And if I had the medium electric poles, it wouldn't be a problem, but I do not have those yet. So I don't know if I'll leave it like that, or if when I do get them, I may change it. I don't know, possibly. We'll see when the time arises. We'll address it as when we get there. But then I've got them outputting, and then it's a 90-degree load balancer here, and then right underground, so that I can split them off up here for the green science potions things. And I also squeezed in my transport belts in here with another 90-degree balancer that goes straight into a splitter, and a splitter then is side-loaded onto this belt for the green science potions, and the other goes underground, so you can sort of see them right here. Yeah, it was a lot in some sense, a lot of stuff placed, but it really, all I did was automate red and green potions, if you really think about it. A lot of the other stuff that I did, you could probably consider raw materials, is what they're considered a lot of the time. And real quick, before I let you guys go, I'm going to show you smart inserters for the first time, because I've got 2 different things here on this belt, and I want to have a storage of them so that I can grab them whenever I want. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab these smart inserters. I'm going to set one there, and I'm going to set one there, and I'm going to get 2 of these. I'm going to stick it there and there, and this one I'll probably make belts, and I'll probably say 500 belts, and these I'll probably say probably won't be using these much longer going. I guess I'll go like that for now. And what I'm going to do is this one. You'll see it's got filters here. You just right-click on it to get to this, by the way. And you've got the filters, you've got red wire conditions, green wire conditions, and logistic network conditions. And the red wire is, you can actually craft red wires. Later on you have to research them. I don't have them researched yet. Wrong thing. But you can get red wires and green wires, and you can set up these smart networks connected by these red and green cables. And it allows you to set different conditions. If this material is greater than, less than, or equal to this number, then I want you to move these specific items. And you only have to set one of these, like you notice right now. These are both powered, but neither of them are doing anything. But the second I go ahead and tell this one to grab inserters, it will start going. So you only need one of these things filled or with a condition for it to work. You can have more than that, but you cannot have less than one condition. And then these here I'm going to set to transport belts, and that's just so I can literally just grab a few, and now I'm filled back up here, and I can do the same thing here. That and another thing, I do know the smart inserters and the fast inserters work at the same exact rate. It's just that you can set conditions on the smart inserters. Oh gosh, this is going really fast. I can't do that one yet. I'm not used to having this many labs. Holy crap. I think I'm going to do this. Do I? Oh, I may want that. Oh. Those are going to be a while. I really want these guys. They're really nice. Trying to think what I want to research next. I'll just go with that, I guess, for right now. I think that's about it, guys. Oh, and I forgot to explain this last one, this logistic network. That actually has to do with the little guys that I said I really wanted. The logistic network is, if you watch my world preview, you'll see all the little roboports and little robots flying around, and occasionally the ground will be highlighted orange and or green. That is your logistics network. Not the green part. The green is construction. The orange, when the ground is highlighted orange, that is your logistics network. And you can set conditions based on the amount of stuff within your logistics network. That's what the last little condition was. But thanks, guys, for watching. I'm Miltron96, and this is my Factorio Let's Play. Peace.